Vuyani Bungu, welcome to Sport at 10. We got you here mainly because Nelson Mandela month, you had a great relationship, no Tata. How did he influence you? You had 13 defenses of your bantamweight title in the 90s. No other South African has ever defended their title 13 times. You're the greatest. And you had a relationship, no Tata.
Thank you so much, man. Firstly, I must say thank you for having me in your show.
Wonderful to have
yeah, it's amazing, to fight, in South Africa, to fight overseas, fighting for your country. I remember very well when I was winning the world title, 28th August 1994.
McKinley.
Yeah, against Kennedy McKinney.
No one thought you'd win. You were coming in there as the guy that was going to get trapped.
Oh yes, yeah. Oh, it's only me that I knew that I will win. I will beat Kennedy McKinney. And definitely I did that. That
fight was rated upset of the year in boxing in 1994. That's how much they didn't think you were going to win. It was the upset of the year. How did Tata influence that?
Madiba being the first black president, he opens all the doors for us. And, for you not to be able to achieve, area where you at in terms of sport and everything that I was doing because of Madiba.
And
yes, I remember when I was doing my first defense, I was just sitting in my room in the hotel, and I hear Pramzi saying, Vuyani, you must wake up because you are going to get a call from Madiba. And it was like he's joking. And really, the phone rang in my room, and there's Madiba.
What do you say? Like, how do you say hello? Like, when you pick it up?
I couldn't believe it. All I was saying was, what that? Because he was saying, I'm the asset of the country, and I must know that everybody is behind me, and he wished me good luck.
I mean, Sam, you have those stories as well when it comes to Tata. Share one.
The one I'd like to share, and I didn't know about it, and I was reminded, in fact, 2 weeks ago when we were at the African Athletic Championships, that I was the first one outside of the official inauguration of Nelson Mandela, because I was one of the members of the inaugural committee, and we invited Nelson Mandela to the Ellis Park Stadium because we wanted a big match, and everybody couldn't fit into the Pretoria Stadium or the Pretoria Arena where Madiba was inaugurated. He made his way there, and I was reminded not 2 weeks ago that I was the first one to publicly announce President Nelson Mandela.
What an honor!
That was wonderful, and I believe the SABC has clips of that. That'll be nice.
That is an amazing moment. However, let's get back to the sporting things a little bit, because Vuyani, Sam is the main man at the Olympic Games. I mean, he's an executive board member. But South Africa are not taking any boxers. Not even a boxer. I think it's, we've had great boxers. We've won medals in boxing. But since 1992, we've been puppet boxing at the Olympic Games. What's gone on?
It's a sad thing, that today there's no one in the Olympics. But I think we need to sit down and put our heads together and ask ourselves, what is
I'm asking you. You're in this thing.
Unfortunately, I'm in the professional side, but I think now... Yes, of course, but no, they are putting us aside. That's a problem that we're having, of which we've made history in this country. We know everything. We can help where if they need us, we can help. If they want us, we are here, so that we can just help them.
Maybe, Sam, that's maybe a little bit outside of your ambit, but great boxers like that maybe need to be helping the grassroots boxers, because boxing had an advantage in getting to the Olympics. They didn't make it for Team South Africa.
Yeah, but that was rather sad. And again, we talked about football qualifying via Africa, and boxing had that opportunity. They didn't qualify via Africa.
Other African boxers were just too good for our South African boxers.
At the moment. But what happens in South Africa, and again, it's not going to be a target against Vuyani, I blame the professional boxing unit in South Africa. What happens in the early stages, all of us, all the boxers are amateurs, whether we like it or not, they start up. And then these professional boxers, SASCOC doesn't have enough money to make sure that there is enough subsistence for them. So SASCOC will give them, for instance, 1,000 rand a month to maintain them, to work towards becoming champions. But then the professional boxing promoters realize, there is a talent here, and unfortunately, many of our young boxers, they also need money.
So here's 2,000.
Then you get 2,000, 2,500, and they are stolen.
Gone.
And that's gone, you know. And that, to a large extent, is a problem here, which doesn't happen in other countries. And we need to, therefore, coordinate our efforts between SA Boxing, the boxing unit, and the professional unit, and see how that happened. Hawk Makapula was a very, very good example. He took part in the Olympic Games in 1996. Thereafter, he became a world champion.
Vuyani, who's your favorite person going to the Olympics? Is it Caster? Is it Chad Leclos? Akani Simbini? Who's your favorite?
You know, all of them, they are my favorites. But Caster.
Caster.
What he's doing, it's wonderful, you know.
And I have to come to you, Mr. Ramsamy, because apparently we're looking at 10 medals. That's what we're hoping for. Can we achieve that in South Africa?
Yeah, I believe it's within our range. And we've got Caster, we've got Wade van Niekerk, we've got Chad Leclos, and
Sunette Viljoen.
We got Sunette Viljoen. Yeah, the issue is, you know, sport, as we all know, is a different type of a component. We need to be there on form when it happens on that day. And I believe at that particular level, if everything goes well, we might come even with more medals than 10.
Gentlemen, thank you for being with us. Thank you for sharing your Madiba stories in Madiba Month.